And in this lesson 5, we're going to take a look at how we can use Photoshop's powerful selection tool and use generative AI to try and remove anything we don't want that may have kind of photobombed in our images that we have. Right. So firstly, if you want, you can do this with your own images. Otherwise, you can feel free to go into lesson 5 content and open up the landscape image. We're going to start off with that first. And you can see here, lovely image that we have of a kind of a lake with people on boats. Now, let's just say for hypothetical reasons, we want to remove these people on the other boats and we just want to take this, and this is our photo that we want to keep. So you can do two things. Either you can select the rectangular marquee, the lasso tool, or the new content object selection tool. If I click on the object selection tool, Photoshop, what it will do is I can click anywhere, but Photoshop will try and find and select the things that you want to try and perhaps remove. So try and figure out what the objects are here. So I can click on the boat here. I can hold the Shift key and click on the other boat here. I can hold the Shift key, click on that. Is it going to find that small boat? No, it's not. It finds this one here. And then just to make sure that we have everything, because you can see if I zoom in here, you can see it hasn't got the oars in as well. So I'm just going to take the rectangle marquee tool while holding the Shift key, because I want to add to the selection. I'm going to drag over it, including the shadow. I'm going to move over here. I want to hold the Shift key, marquee that. Go over here, hold the Shift key, marquee that. Because I just want to make sure that because Photoshop tries to get the selection on the outlines, but I want to make sure that I include even the shadow, so I make sure that that's all selective. Now with the toolbar here, I'm going to click on Generative Fill. Just kind of, I'll zoom out in a second. Generative Fill, and I'm just going to say Remove Boats. Click Generate, and what Photoshop's going to do is, if I didn't write anything in there, it's going to try and replace what's inside already, which we don't want. We just want to completely remove them, right? So it's going to figure out where all those boats are and the items adjacent to it, and then once it's done that, it's going to completely remove all the boats from us, and you won't even know that they were there. So if I wait for it to finish, it's almost done. And there we go. And then you can see now, once it's finished, almost done. Almost there. So then you can see once it's finished it, what it will do is it will try and remove all the, like I said, all the boats out of the picture and replace them with the ocean. So it's not going to include anything else. Just wait for the generative AI to completely finish. It's taking a little while now. And just bear in mind that generative AI does take a lot of computational power, so it might sometimes slow down. So try not to do too many selections at one point, I think. And then you can see those other boats completely disappeared, right? And again, it does give us some other options. You probably won't notice the difference since it's water, but you can see that all the boats have completely disappeared, right? So if I just move my toolbar there, and if I go back from my image, I can do the same thing with these people here if I needed to. I can just easily select them. I'm just going to do one because I don't want to slow the machine down again, so remove person, and then just let it do its thing. And again, once it's done that, Photoshop figures it out, and it try and, hopefully what I'm hoping it will do is it will try and find that shoreline as well there, and it will kind of have a nice seamless blend to it rather than giving me something slightly more artificial. So you can see that it's done a great job. Now obviously I'm zoomed in at 700%, so if I zoom out to about 100%, it's as if that person never existed, right? So great and powerful selection tool there from Photoshop. This is just an example of the landscape one, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to open up my portrait one, just to show you some different case scenarios. And in this case, you can see here, we've got 3 people in the image. Now let's say this is the guy that I wanted to originally take the photo of, but apparently the other gentleman was there and he obviously got photobombed there. So what I'm going to do is, again, same thing. I'm going to grab the selection tool. I'm going to select everything around him, make sure I have him completely selected. There we go. And inside generative fill, I'm just going to say remove person. Oh, try that again. I click outside it, click on him, generative fill, remove person, click generate. Again, let Photoshop do its magic, try and figure out. Now, here's a tricky part. You can see that there's a bike and there's a car. I think there's 2 cars and a bike parked there. I'm interested to see how Photoshop will handle this, because it's quite difficult, and maybe the AI might not recognize that there's a vehicle behind it, but if it does, top stuff. But if it doesn't, then maybe we'll have to think about what we can do to fix that situation. So it's almost done, and hopefully we'll get the results that we're looking for. So let's just see. Because usually what I think happens is if you have objects overlaying each other, the AI will struggle to figure out what's what and try and fill in the detail. Now, and especially since we only have a really small amount of the vehicle present, because let's face it, AI cannot see through an image. Not yet. I don't think we're at the position there where AI can do that. But if it does it now, I'll be fantastically happy. So just going to wait for it to finish, to calculate. It's probably going to struggle with this, I guarantee it. So this is where you've got to really be careful when it comes down to selections and the type of things you want to remove, because you don't want to overburden it. But in this case, it's completely removed the vehicles itself, which is fine, I guess. It's not going to be a problem. But yeah, it's done a good job. It's even given me some of the shadows where the trees would have been as well, which is quite great. Now, we're going to try something really difficult here. We're going to try it with this gentleman here. Now, this gentleman has a few things which is wrong with it, right? You can see he's already on a zigzag crossing here, zebra crossing. You can see the scaffolding in the background. You can see the cones in the background as well. So we're going to try to do the same thing here and remove person. And we're going to see how well it handles complicated background information. Because, like I said, with the car, no problem. I thought it was going to struggle with that, to be fair, but I think it took the easy route and it just completely removed the vehicle. Whereas in this case, if it removes the scaffolding, then it may have an awkward positioning where the rest of the scaffolding here look like they were just kind of suspended mid-air, if you will, which is definitely going to look strange. No, it's done a great job. It's actually completed the scaffolding for us. The zebra crossing looks like it's filled in, which again, to be fair, it's not going to be a major issue, if I'm honest. If I really wanted to, I can easily just do this, zoom in. I can just easily grab that from the original image, paste it to a new layer, drag it up, and I can just literally put that there if I wanted to, right? And that kind of almost solves my problem, right? So Photoshop selection, when it comes down to AI, is very powerful. And to be honest, I'm surprised. I think a lot of people might go back into their photo collections that they posted, or the photos that they never posted, and really edit them to the point where, you know, if you're a tourist photo where you've got people in the background, you can remove that. You can enhance a lot of things. But as you can see, Photoshop's selection tool is powerful. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that, we'll head over to the next lesson where we'll continue to learn a little bit more about AI tools. See you then.